sympathy versus sympathy versus empathy thing. But also he talked about asking for help. Um, these three things, sympathy, empathy, and asking for help, they're kind of sort of related. I'm going to explain how these three things are related. And then Dave can follow up if he wants to. Um, just a quick little housekeeping thing. Dave, how long do you want to go for? Like, do you want to do an hour?
For
How long do you think? How long do you think we should go for? Like, depending on how well people are engaging with us, we should probably go for 45 minutes. So probably
since this is the first one and it's getting late at night, Jamie can certainly continue this, but unfortunately I gotta leave in the next 10 or so minutes, but I'd say for future ones 45 minutes to an hour is pretty good. Like I said, you can type topics that we should talk, any questions you guys might have. Like I said, don't feel scared to ask them for us to go in depth about our situations. But yeah, go ahead, Jamie.
I'm going. So now that we took care of some housekeeping things, try to figure out what time slot works for the two of us here. I'm gonna go back to explain the connection between sympathy, empathy, and asking for help. So I said empathy is a good thing. It's positive. It's bonding. If you create this sense of understanding, it brings people together. It's positive. It's uplifting. It's empowering. Sympathy, it's pity. It's sorrow. It's feeling bad for yourself. It's a weakness. It's something that separates rather than bringing people together. Sometimes it can be isolating. So that's the connection between sympathy and empathy. But when you ask for help, then you start getting into the issues of pride and self-awareness. And I feel like all of these things are in some way connected because pride is a big thing, especially like if you feel like you have something to prove. And it helps to embrace yourself and to be comfortable in your own skin. I don't know, Dave, have you ever seen the Dove commercials for the soap?
Yes, I have.
And then you see Shaq with all the, I'm comfortable in my own skin, like, nothing can bother me. Use Dove. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I always think of that, like, hey, I'm comfortable in my own skin, I have nothing to prove. This is who I am. And so therefore I'm comfortable asking for help. But it wasn't always like that. Going to college, like Dave has mentioned, it kind of made me more self-aware of what I can and can't do. And that was a big transformative experience for me. Because I realized that asking for help was not negative. It was not damaging to my self-confidence or my pride. It just let me know that, there actually is people out there who are ready and willing to help. But sometimes they don't know how, or they're afraid to ask. So you have to say, hey, do you mind? Or you have to say, hey, I really do need help with this because it would benefit for me to save my energy or to just go easy on myself, because if I waste too much energy doing this, then I won't have enough energy to live the rest of my life. So it's all about being easy on yourself and understanding what you can and can't do and being okay with those limitations. Because sometimes when you live life with too much of a chip on your shoulder, it can become a negative thing because you think it's motivational, but like in some ways it comes off as being negative, and it's like people are trying to be nice, people are trying to offer you a helping hand, but you keep refusing it. And eventually, when you actually really do need someone, they're not going to be there because you refuse so many times. People just assume that you don't want it, or you don't need it, or you're going to just constantly refuse. So I think that Dave's getting ready to say something, but that's my take on how sympathy, empathy, and asking for help is related. And I'm sending it over to Dave.
Like Jamie said, I do like to be independent, as well as he probably does too. But also, if you think about it, when people ask you if you need help and stuff, and you don't turn them down, and you take their whatever they're willing to help you with, that might be pushing you across a campus, opening a door for you. It just makes your group of people, hopefully soon to be friends, you can rely on, you can lean on when you're feeling down. You can talk to people, and I didn't actually realize that 100%.
It's creating awareness.
Yes, creating awareness, and I really understood that when I started in my college days, and because I'm not saying I didn't have friends through high school and stuff, but where I went to school at Hingham High, I was the only one with a physical disability that was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, same experience at Situate.
And I didn't, like, kids, they wouldn't look at me in a negative way. I think I didn't know really how to ask for help, and they didn't know how to help a person like me. So I think we were both hesitant, and I really lost that aspect of strong friendships in high school. But in college, that was totally different. Like I said earlier, I went to Eastern Nazarene College in Quincy, and it was, up to this point in my life, it was probably the best 5 years of my life. And like I said, I have to go now, and hopefully we do this very soon.
All right, thank you guys for joining us.